I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, it's tough. I walk in, I got this, radio drop this. I'm sick, just watch this, I fucking promise. So lit, do not miss your chance to cop this. Will you capture it, or just let it slip? Oh shit, I wanna be in, cause my rap is tight. No really, they just give a fuck that I ain't black and white. I'm not anyone else, man, I'm one of a kind. So stand back, relax, and listen one more time. I said I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to fuck shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit. Said I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to fuck shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit. I love the girls that fuck with my music, getting referrals from the girls love to booze it, party and lose it. That's the life I'm choosing, not losing. That's my 2 cents, so use it. You know I'm back, as a matter of fact. I'm better than ever, never been better. I know that I wrote that. Sipping on some coke and no jack, could stare and bitch and take a pic. Kodak, I'm threatening the game, cause money and fame, they don't affect my brain. It's fucking all the same. I'm sick of hearing about these instant names with instant fame. Take a pic, sick, you're lame. A quick fix to shame, you lick dick for fame. A thick chick is slain, a chick picked to lane. I think I've gone insane, I think I've lost my brain. And honestly, I'm a motherfucking novelty. Said I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to fuck shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit. Said I got this, none of this radio pop shit. I drop this, turning back the clock to fuck shit. I cop it, said knock knock, I'm on this. I'm hot bitch, like a hot bitch, the top lit.
You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run to your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome, Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. Surprised live show. Wasn't expecting to do this, but I was working on some shit, got bored, and I've been sitting on a whole bunch of stories, crime stories from Louisiana recently. So I figured I would come on here and talk about Louisiana shit by myself. It's a little different than usual. What's up, Bronson? I don't know how good it is. I hope the weather out where you're at's not too bad. I know we got a little wind out here and a little bit of rain, but it hasn't been too bad so far. So if you're new, thanks for coming and listening. If you're listening to the audio, you're on Apple, go write a review, give me 5 stars, and I'll shout it out later. If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, like and subscribe, follow, hit the little bell, be notified when I go live or when we go live with Holstera, which will be live tomorrow, for the regular show. All right, that's good to know. That's past y'all. I'm hoping everything stays away from me also. Hello, Sarah. So we're just going to jump right on into it. Like I said, these are all, every one of these is Louisiana, local to the area, and all from the state. So we'll just jump right in. This first one right here is news story about a woman that got burned. I brought up some pictures. This picture right here, I'll say it is. Where is the picture? Uh-oh. Is my picture not working? Hold on. Look, see? There he is. Anyway, this dude right here, he looks like a great guy, huh? He is 18 years old. And he set his girlfriend on fire. 18-year-old boyfriend lit his girlfriend on fire. And his excuse for doing this was he just wanted to see what it was like to set somebody on fire. Said she was badly burned by her boyfriend after he set her on fire, telling deputies he wanted to set someone on fire just to see what it was like. You got to be one messed up individual just to want to set any living thing on fire just to see what it's like. This is in Ouachita Parish. It says the 18-year-old Joshua White, that would be him, was drinking with his girlfriend on March the 5th before he poured flammable liquid over her head and body and lit her on fire. That's just not true love at all. I don't know, was the relationship fizzling out and he was trying to heat it back up? It's not going to work like that. I shouldn't make jokes about somebody like that getting burned, but deputy said that she suffered severe burns to her head, neck, and face area, along with her chest, arms, and legs. The victim's hair was burned on the right side of her head. He was booked for domestic abuse battery with serious burning injury. To me, he'd be like, you'd think they would charge him with like a attempted second-degree murder or some shit like that. Now this poor girl, depending on, they don't say if she had second, third, how severe the burns were, but she's burned. She's probably gonna be scarred for the rest of her life, and just that is just a sick person right there. This idiot. I don't even know what to say about him. I don't want to make big jokes about this poor girl got burned, but hopefully he's still in jail and he is not out of jail. Just an idiot. Anyway, this was in Ouachita Parish. Mr. White right here is a complete idiot. Set his girlfriend on fire just because he just wanted to see how it was. So let's hope he don't get out anytime soon, because he's a piece of shit. The next story, there's no pictures of, because this next one is about a 15-year-old. This is in Terrebonne Parish. A 15-year-old Vanderbilt Catholic high school student was arrested 5 days after a video of a racially motivated incident was shared across social media, according to the sheriff's office. The Terrebonne Parish Sheriff's Office said the video appeared to be recorded at the high school during regular school hours. The video shows a white student walking up behind a black student in a crowded lunchroom, throwing cotton balls at him and hitting him with a belt. The high school freshman was arrested and charged with simple battery and a hate crime. Well, I guess so. Especially in this day and time. What kind of fucking idiot are you going to be, even at 15 years old, to do some stupid shit like that? He's lucky this other kid didn't turn around and like just totally beat the shit out of him. Probably didn't, because I think most of these schools have zero tolerance, like talked about before, that, you know, if this kid would have defended himself, he'd have probably got arrested or kicked out of school or something like that. So this 15-year-old obviously has some issues in his probably. So that you right, because Jerry said he was going for TikTok likes, and I said it backfired. You're probably right, because I think I saw a video, something like that on it, but everybody was playing along with each other, and but I don't think, just, you got to be careful doing that shit now. I mean, but was the other kid involved with it and knew it was going to happen? It don't say. So, but I mean, you think if it was the other guy, the other kid would have said, "Hey, no, I was in on it. We were joking around and stuff like that." So, who knows? If he was, you think hopefully if you were joking around and the other kid knew about it, that he would come through and say, "Hey, no, we're joking around. Don't arrest my buddy. It was a joke. We're trying to go viral on a video." But we'll see. That's all I've got on it. Don't say either way. Might never hear nothing else about it again either. So I don't know. You know how news stories just disappear. This next fella right here. I think that's him. Let me see. Nope, wrong fella. This fella. This guy right here. This nice looking fella. Kind of looks like he's, I don't know, don't care. Whatever. Got that look about him. He's a fine, upstanding citizen of the Baton Rouge area. He's been arrested because what Monday was this? Past Monday. He is allegedly, we got that word allegedly, he is accused of committing an armed robbery after he allegedly ambushed a pregnant woman at her house off of Highland Road as she was leaving for work. The East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office said the attack happened back in October on Pecan Shadows Drive. Investigators said the victim was going into her vehicle when a man entered her garage and put a gun to her head. The woman ran back inside of her home as the gunman was rummaging through her purse. When she checked the garage a few minutes later, her vehicle was gone. Investigators eventually identified the robber as a 20-year-old Joseph Green, that's him right here, who was also suspected of committing several burglaries in the same area. Green was booked into the jail past Monday on a charge of armed robbery. 20 years old. Armed robbery in Louisiana, if I'm correct. And if I'm not, someone knows, please correct me. It can carry up to 99 years in prison. 99 years. And he's accused of committing other crimes too also. So this young fella right here, 20 years old, he can spend the next up to 99 years in prison. Let's say he even gets 20. He's still going to be about 40 or so when he gets out. More hardened criminal, because now, spent the better part of his adult life in prison. He's going to get out of jail around 40 or 50 and not have any skills except for working in a field or whatever like that. I don't know what these kids nowadays are thinking. I have plenty of stories about these kids that are just totally just doing shit like this. I mean, he put a gun to a pregnant woman's head. What happened if she had done something, grabbed it, and the gun would have went off, and he just shot her and killed her? For what reason? Because he's too lazy to go get a job and buy his own fucking car? I don't know. I'm sure that somebody's doing something like smart person, psychologist, something would go out and they start doing some studies if these people will talk to them, these kids. Find out what's motivating them to do these crimes. I mean, 'cause it seems like crime everywhere, especially in some of these big cities. These big blue cities are really rampant, but it just seems like, well, Baton Rouge it's a blue city, but then crime's going up in it. And yeah, you're right, Anastasia. Robert, I'm not early. I was sitting here, I was working on stuff, and I had a whole bunch of stories. People doing stupid shit, breaking laws in Louisiana, and I've been sitting on some a while, so I figured, what the hell? I got home a little early today, so I figured, why not just go ahead and spit them out, put a little extra out there, because I know just people just want to look at my lovely face. But anyway, this young man, 20 years old, he's in jail. He's pointing guns at people, so he's obviously a violent offender, and hopefully he gets a whole bunch of time. Yeah, I guess it was a little bit of boredom. I was just working on stuff and figured, why not? So here I am. doing the podcast. It happened. This next one here is another teenager. Well, we say teenagers. I mean, they're 18 years old. Yeah, he'll probably get probation, and then he'll reoffend, and hopefully he don't kill an innocent person next time. This fella right here, he's 18 years old. So they still call him a teenager, I guess, because it's 18, even though by law I think they're considered an adult. This happened in Central. He was arrested after he allegedly, I love that word, really I hate it. He shot his friend by accident over the weekend when and then they tried to lie about what happened. I think his friend even lied on for him. It's like, motherfucker, you shot me. I'm not going to lie and say you didn't shoot me. Y'all hear anything in the background? I don't know if y'all can hear it. It's like starting to rain pretty good outside. So if they hear a noise, that might be it. Or if we just go black, that means we lost electricity. We're under a severe weather warning, tornado warning, and all that stuff. According to the arrest documents, this guy's name is Kendrick Johnson. He admitted to playing with the firearm Sunday afternoon while at the home on East Brookside Drive. Johnson told investigators he was in a bedroom when he apparently pulled the trigger. Well, usually that's how the guns go off, is when people pull the trigger. I've never known guns to just jump up and start shooting by themselves. After the bullet struck his 15-year-old friend, why is an 18-year-old hanging out with a 15-year-old? That just no, my studio does not have a backup generator. My house has a backup generator, not the studio. It says the bullet struck his 15-year-old friend Johnson. Johnson reportedly dropped the gun and fled the home. Both teens initially tried to tell the investigators the gunshot came from outside of the home, but later changed their stories. I mean, you don't think they're not going to figure out there's not a bullet hole on the outside of the house, that it came from the inside of the house? I mean, come on, people. The victim told the sheriff's deputies that Johnson showed up at the house with the weapon, but Johnson claimed it was already there when he arrived. Oh, it wasn't my gun. No, it was his gun. Yada, yada, yada. Johnson was booked on the charges of negligent injury and the illegal use of weapons. The incident was one of at least 3 accidental shootings leading to criminal charges over this weekend. One of those, we're going to talk about one of those stories too. But yeah, you got dumb people. Yeah, you're right. Robert says Alex Baldwin says guns do that by themselves, just shoot people. But you got an 18-year-old playing with a gun. I'm surprised it wasn't stolen. Hanging out with a 15-year-old, which I think is just a little strange by itself. I don't think an 18-year-old should be hanging out with a 15-year-old. 15-year-old's just looking to get in trouble. He'll probably get probation too. He shot his friend. I mean, must be a pretty good friend. His friend was lying for him too at first. Like I said, they're saying it came from outside the house, but like I said, they didn't find a bullet hole from anywhere on the exterior walls, only interior. Come on. Well, I guess if you can accidentally shoot your own friend, you probably aren't that bright as it is, right? The next one is this one's another juvenile. It's a 17-year-old. This happened in Gonzales. There's no pictures on this one because that's 17 now since they changed the laws a few years ago. 17 used to be considered an adult. And used to be considered an adult, and then they changed it, and no, it's not. Gonzales police arrested a 17-year-old in a deadly shooting at a fast food restaurant. He was at a Burger King. I guess he wasn't getting it his way. He didn't like flame broiled or whatever. A man was shot to death in the parking lot of a restaurant on Airline Highway late Friday night. According to sources, a 17-year-old was arrested in connection with the shooting Monday afternoon. The Gonzales Police Department said an unidentified man was shot outside of Burger King near the East Ascension Street intersection around midnight. Burger King's still open that late at night? I thought they closed earlier. Now, it used to be open 24 hours, but now the shooting still remains under investigation. It's a very, very short story. Needless to say, a 17-year-old shot a grown man to death. They were probably arguing about drugs or something else like that. What's a 17-year-old doing with a gun? See, my thing is, let's say he does get convicted of murder or whatever else, he's going to get, the worst he'll get is if they don't charge him as an adult, which I don't know if they are, probably won't. The worst he can get is juvenile life. What, 17, he'll sit in prison for juvie for until he's 21 and get released. So is he going to get 3-4 years max for killing somebody if they don't charge him as an adult? I think it's stupid that they changed the law from 17 to 18. This 17-year-old, they're saying, oh, we ruin their life, go to prison for 30, 40. Well, you're killing people. And these kids know at 17, 16, they can get away with this type of shit. And they're not going to go to do any real time over it. So, I think that's why all these kids are freaking committing such heinous felonies and stuff like that. 17 years old, shot somebody. Ridiculous. Hello, Jennifer. This next one, I actually think they may be grown men. Well, so I think I got a picture for that. Yeah. Here we go. These two guys right here. Even though this guy right here, he looks like he could use some of that clear cell or something. These two people were arrested in a murder that took place at a Gardier apartment that would be in Baton Rouge, East Baton Rouge Parish. They're still trying to identify the shooter. These two were booked Sunday evening after a person was shot to death in a parking lot of an apartment complex earlier that day. The arrest documents suggest deputies may be looking to charge others in the killing. The East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office said that the shooting happened around 4 a.m. in an apartment on Gardier Lane near Governor Drive. I know y'all don't know, Gardier Lane is not a real good area. Yeah, you're right. It's you exactly right, Jennifer. It's kind of the ghetto. Yeah, it's a ritzy part of town. You are right on that one. United States Marine Corps School of Infantry. Records said the attack stemmed from an argument at another location. After the dispute, 4 men reportedly followed the victim, 41-year-old Kelly Perez, back to the Gardier apartment. The four men then got out of their vehicle to confront Perez again, at which point one of them fired several shots. When deputies arrived, they found Perez lying dead next to his vehicle. The two arrested Sunday were identified as, I'm not going to be able to pronounce his last name. It's Alan Mazzaro, 27, and Oscar Sanchez, 32. I don't know which one's which. Oscar Sanchez is this guy, and the other one I can't pronounce his last name is this guy over here. Deputies believe Manzaro was the main person arguing with the victim prior to the shooting. According to the warrant, both men admitted to being present during the shooting, but refused to identify the gunman. Stupid. I ain't doing time for some dumbass. I'm going to tell you like that. Both were booked to principles of second-degree murder. Good for them. I hope they, all these people, they're killing each other like crazy. What they probably argued about. I guarantee you, I wish they would tell you what the argument was about, because I'm pretty sure they were arguing about something that was completely asinine. Completely asinine. But they don't look real bright either, do they? So all these murders going on around Baton Rouge, you'd think it'd in Louisiana. You think I was talking about freaking Chicago or something like that. This right here, this is a really messed up story right here. Messed up story. Stop asking me to point, Roy. You keep wanting to look at my hands, and you're probably getting sexually turned on by them because you're weird. You have a fetish. I'm gonna start keeping my hands down. I'm gonna have an only hands page, and you're gonna have to join my only hands page just to see my hands, Roy. This next story is this is out of Baton Rouge. This guy right here and this young lady. They arrested him. He shot and killed her, who was pregnant. So shot and killed a pregnant teenager. And she killed her unborn child also. So a couple Saturday nights ago, Chad Blackard, that's his name, was booked into the jail for feticide and homicide charges. Chad Blackard was booked, or he did that. Deputies said Blackard was sitting in the back seat of a car driving on Segan Lane near McCain Drive between I-10 and Airline when he fired a shot inside the car. The bullet hit the victim in the back. Wonder why was he playing with the damn gun? Why is all these stupid ass people playing with guns? Guns aren't toys. They're not toys. I don't know if Roy knows that or not, Jennifer. The teenage victim, she was 17 years old, Carrington Smith, right here. She was 25 weeks pregnant. Her and the baby died. The unborn child died. I don't know if they were dating or what, because he was I don't know how old they said he was. Before she died, deputy said Smith suggested the gun was in her purse when it went off, but detectives later learned that it was not what happened. So even after stupid dumbass right here, stupid dum-dum right here, shot her, she's trying to, I'm taking it they were dating, or he might have been the father of the child or something. She's still trying to cover for him. What's wrong? I mean, come on. Deputy said Blacker was playing with a semi-automatic handgun to show off, and it fired. He's, oh, look, I got a gun. I'm a big, tough guy. I'm going to show off. He told the deputies the gun just went off. All right, Alec Baldwin right there. The gun just went off while he was trying to reposition it. Later, he said he may have squeezed the trigger as he was readjusting it. Or you think? You think you might have just, touched the trigger just a little bit there? Or it just went off? I don't know where they buy these guns at. No, they're not toys. Even though we do like to play with them on the firing range. But idiots like this don't know how to use guns properly, obviously. Yeah, I don't understand, Jennifer, what he's talking about repositioning the gun. Why would you, I don't know. I don't know if she was a volunteer firefighter or somebody, because it looks like in the background of that picture there, they had a picture of the fire logo. Says guns do sometimes just go off, but usually after you fire thousands of rounds through them. I'm sure the gun that he was using probably didn't have a. Yeah, and I said that, and that's belt-fed weapons. I'm pretty sure this kid was just an idiot, and he probably just bought this damn gun. He's 23. She was 17. He was 23 years old from Walker, Louisiana. He also faces charges for illegal use of weapon. I don't think, I would hope not that he didn't purposely shoot this young lady, but now he done shot and she is dead, and her unborn child is dead, both of them. He's gonna have to live with that shit also. He probably I me the store name. Yeah, not a Glock. I'd love to know what kind of what was the trigger pull amount? Was it like some kind of had been messed with where it was like a real light trigger pull or what? He had a saw down that. Anyway, this idiot right here, people playing with guns. So we've had the one guy, the one kid shot the 18-year-old shot his friend in the leg playing with a gun. We got this guy done killed his this pregnant girl and the baby playing with the gun. Makes people want to learn how not to play with guns at all. So I don't know. This guy's he's going to most like, I don't know. You know, it depends on her family. He might not do any time either and get probation and shit like that for it. It's sad. I mean, you got a child that never even got to live, and a woman, a girl that never even got to meet her child. This next one's involving juveniles also. No picture here. So I have to do no point in Roy. I'm sorry. 2 juveniles were arrested early morning for the murder of a Southern student. For anybody, people that are listening, Southern University is in East Baton Rouge. I think it's in Northeast Baton Rouge. It's a HBC college. A 22-year-old Southern University student was shot to death early Saturday morning by 2 juveniles after a botched carjacking and attempted botched carjacking, the police said. Here's more motherfuckers that are trying to take shit that don't belong to them and killing somebody to get it. The Baton Rouge Police Department said that Javante Barber was found around 1 a.m. shot multiple times in his car at the parking lots of the Cadence apartment complex at the corner of Scenic Highway and Harding Boulevard. Officers said Barber was taken to a hospital where he later died. A 16-year-old and a 17-year-old were arrested and put into the juvenile detention center, which I wonder if they decided to stay because they escaped from there left and right. Charged them both with first-degree murder. No other information is available at this time. So this man who was trying to make something out of his life, going to college, and he's dead now because you got 2 little punk-ass kids that decided they probably was wanting to go joyriding and steal this man's car. Who knows where they got a gun, or probably stolen or whatever, and then killed this like I said, this young man. I don't know if y'all remember us talking, me and old Sarah talking a while back on, well, we all know that school shooter kid shot up the school. They charged and arrested his parents because of it. Me and old Sarah have different opinions on it. Myself, I disagree with it because they're saying, oh, they, this and that, and they were culpable. I don't think so. But if they want to do that, if they want to start doing that and arresting parents, that's fine. We can do that. But this 16 and 17-year-old kid that just murdered this man that was in college, guess we got to go arrest some parents. Let's go put the parents in jail. Go put the mommy and daddy in jail. Maybe these parents will start knowing where their kids are at 1 o'clock in the morning. Maybe they'll know who they're hanging out with. Maybe they'll try to keep up with them a little bit if they know if their kid's going to go out there and commit a major felony and kill somebody, that they'll end up in jail too. Maybe they'll start paying attention. So, I don't know. This is my opinion. I don't know what y'all think. I mean, if they want to arrest some parents, if they want to do that, let's play it all the way around. Let's play it all the way around. What's good for the goose, good for the gander, right? Let's put them all in jail, all the parents. I didn't commit crimes like that when I was a kid. I didn't think about it. For one thing, besides being scared of the cops and not wanting to go to jail, I was scared what my mom would have beat my ass, and then I'd have got it again when my dad got home too. So it's kind of a deterrent. Everybody's like, "Oh no, you ain't supposed to spank your children." Yeah, well, look what's happening now because nobody spanks their kids. This next one, teenager also from March 17th. This was in Covington. So, another 17-year-old. Against all these 17-year-olds. Before 17-year-old would get charged as an adult, we didn't have as much as this shit. A 17-year-old was arrested Wednesday after he allegedly made a post on social media threatening to do a mass shooting at a high school. The St. Tammany Parish Sheriff's Office said the teen, a student at the Covington High School, made the threat on Snapchat. Because, nobody's going to rat you out or say something when you're on a social media platform threatening to shoot up a school. The post raised concerns after a screenshot began circulating on Facebook. Well, I could see why it would raise concerns. After getting reports about the threat, deputies went to the teen's home. The student admitted to making the post, but told officers it was misinterpreted. I'm going to shoot up the school. Y'all misinterpreted that. I did not mean that the way y'all think it. It was not meaning that. I was just going to use my gun finger. It's going to go pew, pew, pew. Shoot. Y'all just admit, yeah. He was booked into the juvenile detention center on the charge of terrorizing. A heightened law enforcement presence was also set up at the high school in nearby Fontainebleau High in wake of the threat. Another kid that'll get a probation. They'll send him to a psychologist because they'll say, oh, he's got issues. He's got mental issues. Yeah, okay. What happened if he would have done it? How do you misinterpret it? Hey, I'm going to go shoot up the school. No, that's not how I meant it. Y'all took that the whole complete way. These kids are just fucking stupid now or something. I don't know. What else I got? We get down to, we got another drive-by, and we know how those go, right? We know how those go. This time a 9-year-old girl was she was hit by a stray bullet while sleeping in her house Saturday night. This happened in New Orleans. A 9-year-old girl woke up screaming when she was shot in the leg Saturday night while sleeping in her 7th Ward home. Police said the shooting happened along North, I don't even know how to say that street, and I'm from that area originally. Officers said the bullet was a stray. The victim's mother told reporters the bullet is still lodged in the girl's leg and the doctors are working to get it removed. Police have not named any suspects. So it's just somebody that either was trying to do a drive-by and missed, or they just shooting off random rounds and that people don't think that, the bullet's got to go somewhere. Now you got this poor little 9-year-old girl. Hopefully they can do surgery and fix her, and she's not, she'll be, if it's bad enough, she'll be scarred the rest of her life, or hopefully she don't have a limp or anything like that. Because, again, people are stupid. This is, I could have put a picture of this one up, but I didn't. Another man was killed by a stray bullet on Bourbon Street. They'd gotten arrested in this one. I'll try to pull up. This is not a man. This is a woman, if y'all can see it. A man was killed early Sunday morning when a stray bullet struck him in the chest. New Orleans Police Department said the shooting happened around 2:05 a.m. Sunday in the 700 block of Bourbon Street. Upon arrival, officers found an unidentified man inside of a nearby business with a gunshot wound to the chest. He died at the scene, police said. Investigators believe the man was struck by a stray bullet fired from outside of the business. Police later arrested Daphne Jackson, 24, as a suspect in the shooting. She was booked into the Orleans Parish daycare center because we talked about that new sheriff they got. And she said she wants to make the jail a safe space. So they booked her in. They gave her a teddy bear, a hug, a couple of Rice Krispie treats, and some chocolate chip cookies for later, because that's how they do it in jail now over there. Then she was charged with manslaughter, obstruction of justice, illegal use of weapons. They will identify the victim And the official cause of death, I think the official cause of death is probably he had a bullet in his chest. And they have to notify the family. They're asking for anybody with additional information, please call 504-658-5300. Like I said, what was she shooting at? Was she shooting at somebody else and missed? Or she just decided, hey, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to fire a round off on Bourbon Street? I can guarantee at 2 o'clock in the morning, they still probably had a shit ton of people out on Bourbon Street because it really don't ever really close. Who freaking knew? But another person in jail, another person dead. It's probably get probation too. Almost done. We're getting close to the end. And be letting y'all go. Be a little short one. Just running through them. I just wanted to get them out the way. Said hell, why not, right? This happened, where this one happened? This one happened in Lake Charles, Louisiana. So we're going up north. This was a drive-by shooting that took the life of a 6-year-old little girl while she was watching TV in her house. Yeah, well, just because everybody does something, Bronson, don't mean you can just do it. Somebody jumped off a bridge, I guess she probably would too. You're right. A drive-by shooting that killed a 6-year-old girl who was watching TV in her house, southwest Louisiana, police said Monday. The shooting was reported late Sunday, and Lake Charles Deputy Chief Franklin Fondle Jr., he had told the news outlets. The statement from the mayor, Nick Hunter, asked every parent, family member, and friend, faith leader, or guardian in this city to tell young people that settling scores with gun violence only leads to pain, suffering, and destruction of everyone involved. They don't have any suspects. They don't have no arrest. But what they do have is a 6-year-old child that's dead. She's probably sitting down there watching, I don't know, whatever cartoons they watch now. Granddaughter watches cartoons. They're just ignorant. But this little kid was sitting down watching TV and got killed sitting in her own house with a bullet through the wall. I hope whoever it does has at least enough gumption or something to turn themselves in. They won't, because people are just that way now. They don't care. They don't care that they killed a 6-year-old innocent child. It's almost like you're not even safe in your own house anymore in certain areas. Not even safe in your own house. So we got one more. This one actually just came in when I was setting all this stuff up. I was like, oh, look at this shit. I'm sitting here setting it up and it popped on my news feed. So I threw it in here. Here's a picture. That's her right there. Excuse me while I take a sip of my root beer whiskey. That's delicious. That is not a guy. Okay, just saying that's not a guy. That this is a female. I think she needs a makeover, but just my opinion. That's Tina Dunn. She's done something. That's for damn sure. She has definitely done something. She looks like a really ugly boy. Yeah, yes, Bronson. Holy hell, that is a lady. Jared said, looks like one of them locals in Missouri. We all should have kept her. If that's her. Should have kept her. Let's see what Miss Dunn did. She done did it. That's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A woman is behind bars after, everybody's favorite word, allegedly stealing a public safety vehicle from Baton Rouge General Hospital and returning to the property. Officials, according to officials, I don't know what property she came to. Maybe she went back to the public safety building. I don't know. The Baton Rouge Police Department responded around 8 a.m. this morning on Monday, March the 21st, to the hospital on Picardy, where Baton Rouge General Security was detaining a woman they found inside one of the office buildings on the property in order to use the facilities and get water. She just had to go poo-poo, and she was thirsty. meth does that too. Yeah, I assume. I wouldn't know. The report states the woman identified as 39-year-old Tina Dunn. God, that woman's had a rough ass life, that's all I gotta say. She reportedly stole a public safety vehicle the previous night. According to the report, she was not identified or arrested at the time of the theft. However, she returned to the hospital property later at the Baton Rouge, and Baton Rouge General Security advised her to leave. Hospital security detained her and called BRPD after she returned again several hours later that morning. So let's get this. Miss Dum Dum here. She stole the car. They say a public safety vehicle. What was it? I don't know. I don't know what type of public safety vehicle it was. But she stole the vehicle. Obviously, I don't have GPS either. They could have just tracked it. But she stole the car. She left. She stole it from the Baton Rouge General Hospital area, parking lot or whatever. She left. She came back, and because she was thirsty and had to use the bathroom, and they ran her off like, "Hey, you stinky bitch, just get out of here." Jared says we can keep her. She's on the foreign felony exchange program. But anyway, she came back the second she stole it. Left, came back, used the bathroom, and get something to drink, and then they ran her off like, "Hey, get out of here, stinky, get out of here." Ran her off, and then she came back again, and this time they detained her and figured out who she was. Wow. She wanted to go to jail. She was charged with theft of a motor vehicle, unauthorized entry into a place of business, and she said she did admit to stealing the car from the hospital security the night before. So it was like one of their security vehicles, I guess, with the little green lights on it or something like that. But what was that you see on TV and the movies all the time? It says never return to the scene of your crime. Was that the arsons? They say, "Oh, the arsons always do that shit and stuff." Don't come back to the scene of your crime. Well, this woman's just completely get it. If I'm not doing it tonight, since we don't do it, if we were doing a hot nut, I would definitely give it to her, because she stole the car, came back, got ran off, and then came back a third time. Third time's the charm, I guess. 3 strikes and you're out. And Miss Dunn is definitely out. Would love to know the type of drugs she was using at the time. That's funny. I texted Holster and told him I was going live. He's of course he's at work, and he just texted me back and says, "Why? It's Tuesday." Guess I'll have to go back and listen and find out. So I hope everybody enjoyed the this little short one. I say short. It's been almost 50 minutes. Like I said, I just want to throw it out there. Louisiana Criminals. I save stuff like that. So put a little extra one out there. I'm thinking about starting a private group page. Call it the Clubhouse or something, for people that listen to the podcast and want to join that group page. So when I do stuff like this, I might do it on there. I'm not sure yet, but it'll have a little more freer space to, I don't know, talk to each other in and stuff like that. Since the way shit is now, y'all let me know what y'all think about it. And so I'm thinking about putting that together. Other than that, everybody needs stay safe. Watch your back out there. Obviously, there's a bunch of crazy people. Watch the kids for sure, because they seem more dangerous than adults right now. And I'll come back tomorrow night. Me and Holster will be here. I'm not sure if Freebird's going to make it or not. He has a funeral to attend. So I'm thinking not, but I'm not sure. So y'all come back tomorrow night. We got a whole another set of stories to be our regular format, regular broadcasting time. Everybody share it, like it. Spread the word, help us get bigger. Appreciate everybody, and remember to smile, because Iceman could always be behind you.